Hi, my name is Jonathan, and I want to say that libertarians are huge hypocrites. While us anarchists, we are consistent with our values compared to libertarians. Now, libertarians, they glorify the values of independence, self-reliance, and individualism, but their daily lives as libertarians does not reflect their values. Now, I'm an anarchist, and like libertarians, I am very much against centralized government, especially against governments that exist only to advance the power of wealthy elites. And that is what the United States government is like. The U.S. Congress does not give a voice to the regular Joe American, but the U.S. Congress exists only to advance the power of very wealthy American elites. That is what our two-party system is all about. So, as an anarchist, I believe that government needs to be abolished by the people in order to dismantle the power of wealthy elites. And as an anarchist, I believe that government is essentially a cancer. Government is a cancer to democracy. So I agree with libertarians in that viewpoint. But libertarians, when they go to work on a daily basis, essentially they check their values at the door of their workplace. Because the greatest way to uphold the values of individualism is at your workplace, because more than anything else during the week, what you are doing is working. So if you cannot express your individualism at work, then there's nowhere else that you can practice your value for individualism. Because the best way to express individualism at your workplace is through participating in managerial decisions and you having the same voice with making decisions, managerial decisions, the same voice as your supervisor, the same voice as your manager. And if you cannot do that, if you do not have managerial decisions, then you do not have the value for individualism at your workplace. So Americans, when they go to work on a daily basis, because they live in a capitalist society, they put on a mask for their boss. To satisfy their boss, they put on a mask, and they're not able to express themselves, express their individuality at their workplace. So that is the greatest sign that you live in a country where you cannot express individualism because you go to work on a daily basis and you put on a mask to satisfy your boss, for your boss. So the fact that you wear a mask at work shows that this is not a country that values individualism or independence. So, and also libertarians, when they go to work, they're not able to express their values for self-reliance, because essentially every single American, when they go to the workplace, they surrender their individuality to their boss. And they do what the boss says. They surrender their individuality to the boss for fear of losing their job. So essentially, libertarians live in fear of losing their job. That's why a libertarian would not agree with me with what I'm saying. So every single American is afraid of losing their job. That's why Americans won't agree with what I'm saying. So, also libertarians, they talk about they do not like taxes, and they wanting to keep more of their money on their paycheck with not having any taxes. But essentially, even without taxes taken away from your paycheck does not reflect the work that you put in at your workplace. Because the fruits of your labor goes to shareholders. And in a socialist country, as a worker, you own the profits, because I'm an anarcho-socialist, and anarchists are on the spectrum of socialism. So even if you did not have any taxes taken away from your paycheck would still not reflect all the work that you put in on a daily basis. Because the fruits of your labor, just as I said, goes towards shareholders in a capitalist country. When you put in the work and you deserve the profits that your company makes. The profits that your corporation makes that you work for, you deserve those profits, and only secondarily the shareholders deserve those profits. Primarily, you are the primary owner of those profits as a worker, and only secondarily as shareholders. So, like libertarians, they're hypocrites because they do not really care about the values for individualism, self-reliance, and independence. They do not care about the individual. Like libertarians in America care about corporations. They care about companies. So that's the biggest reason why libertarians are hypocrites. They value the rights for corporations and not for individuals. So in order for libertarians to really satisfy their desire for having the values of self-reliance, individualism, independence, they need to become socialists, because only a socialist country can you have these values for individualism. Take that, Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand. Sorry. Because you cannot live as an individual in a capitalist country. The end to capitalism, in a capitalist country, like if capitalism had its way, then it would be a nightmare for libertarians, because you would not be able to express individualism and independence and self-reliance in a capitalist country. Only within a paracon, a participatory economy, which socialism is, can you have those values. That is all I wanted to say, and I love you very much. Bye.